everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Megan, and today I'm going to be discussing episode 5 of Traitors. So let's get into it. Okay, so we learned that Monet was murdered at breakfast. It's really interesting on the Traitors, on who they decide to kill, because I think that they're still doing good, particularly Rob. I think he's really good at catching on who of the faithfuls are smart enough to figure out potentially them, or ones that are observant, whether that is, seeing who's all voting the same, who's like talking to who. I love T'Chara's confessional because she's like, I wish I knew how to play this game better. Like, she was so real for that. And it's so funny because I'm just watching these people and I feel like this show sets up people to be like, act dumb. And it's just so funny, specifically, obviously, with Colton and Michael. It's just like, they're just like so dumb and they're so far off in this game. And every once in a while, you'll see like Rob or Lisa just kind of probably sit back and be like, this is great because no one's suspecting us. Whereas Candace is a little bit more vocal. I think she does a good job at like leading the faithfuls, particularly like even at the round table, where she, poses the question of things that happened during the day. And so it'll be really interesting to see if they catch on to her at all, because I noticed that Lisa and Candace have been voting the same, whereas like Rob is going with the majority. I'm worried about Lisa though, because her name has gotten brought up and people are noticing that she maybe isn't socializing or vocalizing as much as she probably normally would. So I'm hoping that changes going forward, and I hope that danger is not in her sight. As Rob's pointed out at the end of the episode, there's only so much that he can do to help his fellow traitors. I wonder if that is going to be a foreshadowing of possibly a downfall of one of the traitors, and if Rob is in the driver's seat to make that first move. Who knows? So we learned that there are shields being offered in the challenge, and if someone decides to take a shield, that means the traitors can murder that night. If nobody takes a shield, the traitors cannot murder. However, we don't know because the episode ends on a cliffhanger. So my prediction for that is, I don't think anybody has gotten a shield. If there were anybody to sneakily get a shield, I would feel like Colton would probably be that person. But I feel like they aren't going to murder anyone that night, which is going to suck. But I love how excited all three of the traitors were. They're like, I want to murder someone tonight, so hopefully someone takes a shield. But we will see. Something else is great is the round table. Like, Michael and Colton going after each other is just so funny to me. I think because they're just so wrong. And Michael is hilarious to me. And I think people just voted him out, similar to what people did last year with Wes, where they were tired and annoyed with him. So they were like, I don't care if he's a faithful. Like, I just want to get rid of him. And so I felt that way with Michael at the round table this episode. It's interesting because all these people are going after each other and all of them are faithfuls. And it's just so great because then they feel guilty the next day. They're like, oh my gosh, like, I made an idiot of myself. And I'm like, well, this game's kind of set up that way to make an idiot of yourself. Which is, I don't know, it's kind of funny and entertaining to me anyway. Also, a small little tidbit is Johnny. I like his little one-off comments. Like, he was talking about Rob and like how hot he is. He's so distracting. And it's really funny because it reminds me of like the heartthrob that Dylan was last season. And so like this season, it's all Rob and everyone's like so distracted about how good looking he is. I feel like Rob's going to go far for that because people are never going to think that he's a traitor, or they probably don't want him to leave because he's nice to look at and everyone's like gawking over him. Like, I don't know. It's just, Johnny's one-off comments are so funny. And so that was one of them. And then when he says good night to the night, I just love that he's like, good night to the night before he goes upstairs. And it was just like the double entendre thing. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. Johnny is great. I love those little like one-liners. And then when people came into breakfast, both Rob, Natalie, and Eric all jumped when the door, and Eric's like, I hate that door. And I don't know, it's just like little stuff like that that like makes the episode because they're like authentic reactions and not necessarily something that's yeah, you have to think of too hard to talk about. It's just something that just comes off the fly, which is always like nice to see in this type of show. That's pretty much my review on this episode. I'm really excited to see if they decided or if they murdered someone or not. I'm thinking on the not side, but I feel like if they didn't murder the next episode, I wonder if there'll be like a double murder. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.